Okay, everybody, just bear with me here. I'm just getting everything situated really quick. Getting all the windows I want open for the stream today, because we got a kind of like a redo stream, if you will, of what I was trying to do Sunday, which kind of fucked up. I only had like an hour of sleep, and I had used some of the Trade House magic mushroom syrup and some of those little motherfucker psychedelic tablets that I keep getting from the vape shops around here, and I needed it to kind of get myself reset to zero, in a sense that I just felt way too emotional, depressed, everything like that after, the Charlie Kirk shooting. It was already really fucking sad, having the school shooting that happened as well, again, another one that happened, and then having the arena fucking stabbing as well. It was just like, man, all of this shit going on, man, it really fucking kind of accumulated all at once on me, and I just really needed to take a break from that. But I unfortunately on Sunday did not get any sleep, but more than an hour. So that was Devi operating off of 1 hour sleep, guys. So I do apologize for that. So we're redoing today's stream, or Sunday stream technically today. So I will be getting the screen switched over here. Just give me just a few seconds here, guys. So. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and mute the music for right now. And yo, what is up, everybody? How y'all doing? I'm gonna take this guy off right now. Actually, no, I'll leave this on so I can actually hit that notification sound. So if I can, if we get any subs, kicks, anything like that, guys, I'll be able to hear all that stuff pop through, so I can actually thank everybody that comes through for all those things like that. Setting up the screen here. We're on the MacBook here as usual, everybody. For those that are new to the stream, we do use Macs here on the channel. And then I want to do this. Where's my transform? Fit screen. Okay. Mac OS screen. Transform. Fit screen. Alright. And then webcam. Oh, wait. Display capture. Hide OBS from capture. There we go. Alright. So, whoops. Just lock that one. Webcam. There we go. So what we're gonna do is here is in just a moment I'm gonna be going through the tweets and stuff like that are going through over on X and stuff like that for the most part, and some of the responses, some of the videos, things like that. But before we do, I want to go over some stuff, okay? That I was kind of trying to go over the last time. Appreciate all the emotes, by the way, Fox. Do appreciate you, little brother. Thank you very much for all the love you guys are showing today, coming through here, hanging out with us. So, I really do appreciate everybody for stopping through here today. So, one of the things that I wanted to kind of go over, right, is how I kind of feel about this whole situation, and where do I want to go with the content of the channel. Where do I want to take everything from here? What are going to be some of the focuses of the content coming up here in the future? And what are some plans as well, right? So, as you all know, I'm pretty sure if anybody doesn't know, then you've been living under a fucking rock. But unfortunately, the passing of the great Charlie Kirk has happened. We unfortunately have had a piece of shit, lowlife leftist kill him because, you know, they're the side of the tolerance, you know, the tolerant left, as they are called, supposedly, right? As they like to call themselves, even though they're fucking completely not tolerant. Obviously, these guys are the most intolerant motherfuckers I've ever seen. Celebrating a man's death just because they're like, oh, I didn't agree with his opinions. Like, so? Fucking what? How is that okay for you to celebrate a person's death? Like, that is the biggest piece of shit thing I've heard from anybody out there, is that, well, you know, that, or they're like, well, he was a fascist. Oh, yeah, totally. So, you know, he totally wanted, you know, the death to all Jews and stuff like that. You know, because, again, these fucking retards don't understand, you know, any of this shit, and you know, people just fucking throw around words like it's fucking, like it's nothing these days, without realizing that words still have consequences. But of course, you know, most of these morons just don't see that. You know, they think that they're impervious to anything like this. And honestly, I honestly blame the government for that. You know, you look like what would happen with Donald Trump, right? Damn near he almost gets killed. Yo, fucking damn, yo, bro, thank you for that there, Fox. I did not expect that. Thank you for the kicks there, bro, the full send. Appreciate you, my guy, appreciate you. In a little bit here, I'll be cracking open some of my chicken here to go with some crackers and stuff like that, but cheers with my milk here. So, one of the things that I don't always talk about a lot, but I kind of sometimes allude to, is that obviously, you know, I would consider myself a Christian. The reason why I say it like that is because I do kind of follow more of the Rasta style. which is that I don't necessarily go to a church unless I'm just feeling like going to it that day or anything like that. Obviously, I do read the Bible, things like that, and I have been baptized in a church and stuff like that, but um, I don't go to that church necessarily all the time or anything. I do plan. I like the church hop a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I actually like the church hop a lot because I like to get different points of views from different denominations. Because I think that it's fun way to learn. Uh, learn more about God and Jesus, and especially about the disciples in that way too, and how they interpret the will of God. And I used to not talk about that stuff on stream because it's like we would it would be like the thing of like, oh man, it's too cringe, right? You talk about it, you lose people. Like, fucking, how many followers will we lose just because we talk about, Jesus and God now on stream, right? And people are gonna be like, oh my gosh, dude, I don't want to hear about this shit, and all this other stuff. And it's honestly, it's kind of fucking sad. I'm tired of having to fucking hide who, technically we are as a people, because it's like, oh man, if I do talk more about it, then people are gonna sit there and either, ostracize you for your beliefs, or they're going to be like, oh, you believe in this, but you're a hateful person, or you're a Nazi, or you're a fucking fascist, or all this other shit like that. And I'm so fucking tired of this shit, man. Like, it's totally cool for these fucking, as Nux likes to call them, the gaytheists all the time, the shitty ass atheists that these assholes are, they have no God, no morals, no values, and I say it like that because, at the end of the day, they claim they don't believe in anything. Yeah, on any atheist's deathbed, be sure that they are fucking being like, God, please save me. Things like that all the fucking time. And it's one of those things where I'm tired of fucking having to feel like I gotta hide that portion of the content, that portion of myself. And so those are things that I actually do plan to incorporate more on the streams. Now, if people like it or not, I don't really give a shit. That's just how we're gonna go with this, because it's my channel and I'll do what I fucking please in that regard. So in some cases, what I'll do is from time to time, we are gonna read from the Bible, and I'll pick out like little quotes or things like that that are gonna be for like motivation, things like that. Whether it be something from like Matthew, or maybe we do something from like Acts or Romans or whatever, things like that, right? I want to start doing that as a way to help encourage people to thank you so much for that, Fox. Holy shit, man, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for the 111 kicks you sent over here, bro. Appreciate you so much for that. And I also just want to hopefully maybe encourage others to start opening up more about their faith and talking more about their faith on, stream, and talking more about it in general and stuff like that, to encourage others too, to go to church, go get educated in God. I don't care if you get baptized so much, because I'm not trying to convert people. I just think that everybody should, though, spiritually educate themselves more, I think that honestly, the more and more that I've seen the issues that have come from like what's going on with England and everything like that, it's pushed my viewpoints on the fact that I don't believe that Islam is a compatible fucking religion with the West. It can stay in the Middle East. It can just keep over there. I don't fucking want to see it over here in America anymore. I don't want to see it in fucking England anymore. And I think that people can call me fucking racist, but you can't call me wrong. At the end of the day, and you can hate me for that all you want, but at the end of the day, when you see the actual facts, statistics, and all the other shit that's going on, especially the stuff that's going on over in England, then clearly there's a sickness amongst the people that needs to be fixed, and to see what's going on here, right? I mean, you just had that stabbing that just happened, and that woman did not deserve to have her life. And now, mind you, she was a woman on the left, but you see, over here, we're not parading her death because she got killed. Doesn't matter that she's on the left, right? I don't want the people on the left to die. I want them to fucking be educated. I want them to fucking learn, that their words have, consequences and shit like that. And that truly sitting there just constantly, saying over and over and over and over again that somebody's a Nazi or fascist or whatever, it's not getting you fucking anywhere. It's getting you nowhere. In fact, actually, more people now have left the left than ever before. And I say good riddance. Also, thank you, Madre, for the Pop Panda. Appreciate that. Always love that one. And I'm utterly disgusted with what I've seen in the rhetoric online from people, whether it be, people be like, oh, I didn't necessarily agree with him. I don't think you should die. But then instantly try to go off and justify the shooting of him. And I'm just like, that's utterly disgusting. Don't even be started with Hassan Piker, okay? We're going to get a little bit into the Destiny thing, and Destiny's another person who absolutely needs to be put in prison. Hassan right next to him. Like, literally, they could be cellmates, and they can, fucking, just butt-fuck each other all they want in fucking prison, because legitimately, they are definitely needing a cell. Like, truly. I mean, I would recommend maybe a padded cell in a fucking asylum, but, we don't really have those going on a lot. I think, honestly, they need to be put in a fucking mental institution, clearly. But, prison would do. Prison would do greatly. Let their booty hole get fucking minced up like fucking hamburger meat. And maybe then they might fucking then be like, oh man, I have some sympathy for the other side finally. I don't know. Because at this point, they fucking act like demons. So if you want me to sit here and give some form of empathy or sympathy to these absolute demonic fucks, I'm sorry, I have none. None for these pieces of shit. Okay? Where you have Destiny, who not long ago said that, Corey, what was it, Competore, however you say his last name, I apologize. I've heard 3 or 4 different ways of saying it, so I don't know which way is the proper, perfect way of saying his last name. But Corey, who was I shouldn't say assassin, but was accidentally collateral damage and murdered during the Trump assassination attempt. This low-life piece of shit, Destiny, says it's okay because, he was at a Trump rally. I'm sorry. No, that doesn't make it okay, Destiny, because he's always constantly like, oh, yes, your side is the side of violence. Your side is this. Your side is that. Your side is the one that has constantly tried to murder people. So, again, thank you for the 50 kicks as well. Again, there, Fox, with the skull emoji. Dude, 100%, man, 100%. It's like, legitimately, like, I felt dead when I saw the Charlie Kirk one, right? And to hear Destiny again be like, oh, conservatives deserve to pretty much live in fear. He says, you need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed, is what he said. When we go to events. I'm sorry, that's not fucking okay. How is that to tolerate? How is that allowed on any platform? YouTube, seriously, how is it allowed on your fucking platform? Granted, I get Elon's claiming, like, we shouldn't ban him, but Elon, no, really, you should ban the fucking little parasite. Destiny should have all of his accounts completely removed. Absolutely. If you don't agree with that, then I'm sorry, but he's an absolute parasite. Same with Hassan Piker. They should never be allowed to go near fucking any type of computer or online equipment ever again. Specifically Hassan Piker. I mean, you are the offspring of incestuous family members, while your uncle likes to, support dog fucking. Hey, apple doesn't fall too far off the tree down, does it? Dark, well, that's literally what terrorism is. I mean, you're right. You absolutely are right, Dark, 100%. And the problem is that, and I'm glad you said that, by the way. I'm glad you said it like that, too. Because I have a feeling that we don't talk enough about domestic terrorism in the right sense. Did you know that they listed the man who stabbed Irina as white? Really? Wow, that's amazing. Doesn't look white to me. 2 Pakistani men tried to blow up a fucking Fox News truck. No, they don't look white to me, but yet they're listed as white. So this way, they can report it as white-on-white crime, right? So this way, it doesn't look as bad when they go, but you see, the domestic terrorism was, caused by white people. Oh, really? Fucking really? White people, you say. One of those guys recently was white. The rest was black and fucking brown. Just pointing that out. And a fair amount of them have been either trans or left-leaning or fucking Muslim. So, I think that there's a fucking problem. Okay, it's called a mental illness problem. You know, and I'm just gonna fucking straight up say it. If you are practicing Islam, okay, and you don't believe in all the actual barbaric bullshit that's in it, fine. I have no problem with you at all. But if you believe in any ounce of that barbarism that is in the Quran, you are mentally ill. Okay? You are unfit for society. You belong in a mental institution. Plain and simple. Plain and fucking simple. Forcing people to submit under their will out of terror. Yeah, no, and the terror that they use is tactics as old as time. But yet, you have the left, right? So I was just watching a video, and actually we'll bring it up here in just a moment. Let me actually do this real quick. Bring this guy over here. Put my camera like that. I'm going to put it more like this so we can have it more visible there for you guys, chat. Thought Santa Claus already explained this in South Park. Bro, for real, my guy. For real. Literally, with the whole, when Santa Claus goes to Iraq, you're talking about that one, right? Where they electrocute Santa's balls. He kills the terrorists. I love it. I couldn't help it, Jesus. He shocked Santa's balls. Oh, I fucking love that episode, man. Such a good episode. Such a good episode. But there was this video I just recently watched from We Got Receipts. Love Audrey. Her and Sydney Watson are some of the most amazing conservative women out there. And honestly, I have nothing but absolute mad respect for these two women. It's not just because Audrey's absolutely, obviously gorgeous as hell, but it's also because, again, it's the fact that she actually has her shit together. Same as Sydney, by the way. Sydney's also very gorgeous. I think that these women don't get enough credit for how actually beautiful they are. And it's not just because of their looks. It's also because of their actual personality, the smarts that they have, and the fact that these two really do have their shit together. I really do like what they put together here. So we got here, the Democrats' cover-up just backfired, right? So this video... let me turn up my sound on my side here.
Trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them.
Tyler James Robinson.
So you heard that, right? From that low-life piece of shit Jimmy Kimmel, who's a fucking hack of a comedian, right? That we're trying to make out this killer to be anything other than a MAGA supporter. Really. That's about as retarded as somebody saying, oh, well, we don't know if if it was just a supporter shooting off his gun. Oh, fuck, you're right. I always forget about that part because they cut that shit, and you always have to watch it on either if you have the DVD, or if you have, on the WCO stream, right? Because they have that episode on unedited. And it pisses me off that they bleeped out that entire speech because it had nothing to do, technically, with Muhammad, but with everything to do with if you cave in to the terrorists. And you know what? Actually, Dark? Let's play that speech, by the way. Let's play that speech, because that is a very important speech. South Park episode 401. Ending on I could spell, would be great. 201, my bad. I always say 401. It's 201, that's right. I think it's because I'm always thinking that it's in season 14. But this is the speech.
Said the goo machine would work, but I got made fun of.
That's because
For anybody wondering, by the way, on Kick, Rumble, or YouTube, or anything like that, this is the speech that Dark and I are talking about right here.
There is no goo, Mr. Cruz.
There is no goo.
See, I learned something today. Throughout this
this whole ordeal, we've all wanted to show things that we weren't allowed to show. But it wasn't because of some magic goo. It was because of the magical power of threatening people with violence.
Yep.
That's obviously the only true power.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Thing we've all learned, it's that terrorizing people works.
That's right. Don't you see, Gingers? If you don't want to be made fun of anymore, all you need are guns and bombs to get people to stop. That's right, friends. All you need to do.
And obviously they're not fucking being serious, like, oh yeah, you should do this. They're making fun of the fact that legitimately they were trying to air all this. Same with fucking, you know, Family Guy and all that stuff with showing Muhammad as a way of kind of being like, no, fuck that. Stop being pussies. Just because the Charlie Hebdo fucking, you know, comic place got bombed, we shouldn't be bowing to these people, because if you do, then you're clearly saying that they've won. And Comedy Central at the last second, once this episode was about to air, fucking censored this entire speech because they didn't like that it was more or less calling them out. That was loud. Was that a gunshot? Or was that a firework that I just heard? Hey guys. Hold on, chat. Nobody can ever hear me apparently when I'm in here. Apparently I was the only one that actually heard. My mom apparently thought it was on her TV, but no, there was like a fucking big ass fucking loud like explosion sound, like almost like a gunshot outside. I don't know what the fuck that was. It didn't sound like kind of like a firework, but it's kind of weird for fireworks to be going off right now. How's it going, video? How's it going? Condemning it in a comedy way. That's how I see it. Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. They were condemning this in a comedic way, and Comedy Central, as always, has to be the giant biggest pussy in the fucking world next to the blue whale, because literally they were like, oh man, we can't fucking, you know, air this. You know, they might attack us. And Trey and them were like, dude, this is exactly what we're fucking talking about. You guys are fucking being pussies about this. Like, you're literally letting the terrorists win. And of course, Comedy Central's like, no, this isn't letting them win. We're just not giving, you know, we're just not offending them. But it's like, oh, but we can make, you know, images of Jesus, Buddha, fucking, you know, any other person out there. But, oh, Lord have mercy, you show Muhammad, and we gotta be worried about the fucking, you know, bullshit extremist Islamic people being like, oh my god, like, I'm sorry, there's a reason why they're called terrorists, and there's a reason why they shouldn't be allowed to breathe. Okay? Alright, just being clear about that. Alright, if you support terrorism, you're a fucking idiot. Chilling got work coming up from tomorrow to Sunday. After that, I have to wait for another schedule. Damn. I get that. Hey, well, at least you're making that cash, bro. At least you're doing some work. I feel that. But again, the rest of this clip is not long, chat. So for those that are just joining in, we were just playing real quick. This uncensored part of the episode 201 that was completely removed off of Comedy Central, off of any streaming site. You cannot find this episode unless you own the original DVD box set, or you go to something like WCoStream, which is like a free site to watch cartoons and shit on. This has a lot of pertinence to it, though, right? There's a lot of this that was, you know, removed because they were like, oh my gosh, you know, Comedy Central was like, you know, we don't want you to be attacked, and Trey Parker and Matt Stone were like, okay, but you're literally actively doing what we don't fucking do as Americans. Let terrorists win, motherfucker. And that was a big reason for this, so.
Instill fear and be willing to hurt people, and you can get whatever you want. The only true power is violence.
Yeah.
That's all they ended up saying, by the way. That's all they ended up saying with that. I thought USA has the no negotiate with terrorist policy. Dude, exactly. Dude, exactly. We don't negotiate with terrorists. We fucking make fun of your stupid fucking ass, and then we blow your ass up with a 500-kilogram bomb. Simple as that. Simple as that. All right? And I live by that policy. All right? Like, and anybody who is not proud to be an American more so now, again, I do ask them just to leave the fucking country, because you clearly are not a fucking American. You don't believe in the values of this country. And for those that want socialism and communism, go fucking live in, like, North Korea or something like that, you fucking retards. Like, cheese or Pete's, man. So fucking tired of these idiots on the left that are so stupid. That, again, I used to just be just a regular independent that was lightly, you know, sometimes right-leaning, but I had voted for the majority of my life on the left. You know, I voted for Obama, I voted for Dr. Jill Stein, and then I voted for Bernie afterwards and stuff like that as well. And it's like, dude, the last time I voted, though, was for fucking Trump, though, during the most recent election, was because, again, I was like, yeah, this is definitely going to be, you know, the one where I think that if we have anything else other than a conservative going into the office, we will never have another election again. That is what I truly believed. Or Cuba. I wouldn't even say Cuba, because Cuba's still not nearly as bad as something like North Korea, man. Like, think about it this way. Yeah, Cuba's bad, but it's not North Korea bad. Like, these people really want the level of control that North Korea has, right? Cuba still gives some minor things, right? Like, their healthcare is really great. Like, you talk about one of the greatest healthcare systems. Like, they definitely do a great job with that. Oh, by the way, Fox, appreciate the hell yeah as well too. For the kicks there. But it's like legitimately, like, you know, the way I look at it, right? These guys these guys and girls out there that are like claiming that they want communism, socialism, most of them don't really understand that it doesn't work. They always do the whole bullshit of like, well, it's because it was never tried, you know, properly anywhere, blah, 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 blah. As if, like, fucking that's the case. Like, no, dumbasses. Obviously, it's been tried plenty of times, you know. Also, these are the same idiots that are like, oh, you gotta be, you know, anti-racist, da-da-da-da-da, which I'm not saying that's the bad thing, right? But what these morons don't understand is that communism is inherently racist, all right? Just letting you know, Karl Marx, the guy who invented it, racist. Very racist, you fucking idiots. Like, why would you want his version of something that literally says that black people and gay people should not be allowed to live? You fucking morons. And then you got these fucking absolute empathetic, suicidal empathy people that are like, you know, gays for fucking Hamas, gays for Palestine, or gays for the Iraq, and it's like all this stuff like that. And you're like, dude, you realize they would toss you off a fucking building, right? You know how dumb you sound? And these idiots literally think that, you know, they're going to stop some war by their magical tweets or whatever the case is, right? And you got these idiots that protest in a way that if you go ask people in, like, Palestine right now how they feel about it, they literally fucking hate the left because they see that shit as just being fake. Oh, I wonder why. Honestly, people don't know what the fuck they want. They're just making shit up as they go along. Bro, I mean, what? No way that they sounded like they wanted to go back to the days where the whites and blacks hated each other. I mean, yeah, the left does. The left wants segregation. I mean, it's clear, right? Let me explain how clear it is that they want segregation still, right? They are the ones that say that they want black-only places and stuff like that, but you can't have a white-only place. That's racist, right? So is having a black-only place, you fucking morons. But, of course, black people can't be racist in their eyes. Because, you know, in their eyes... Hey, get out of here. In their eyes, it's this whole, like, power balance thing, which is complete bullshit, alright? Legitimately, any person can be racist, alright? If you hate somebody just for the color of their skin, you're a fucking racist. Which, by the way, fun fact about Charlie Kirk, wasn't a racist. It was actually a person who didn't like to see color. Much like myself. I don't know, maybe this is because I grew up in Detroit and we were taught more like the Martin Luther King vibes of judge a motherfucker by the character of their fucking content, not their skin color, you fucking retards. You got people like fucking Nick Fuentes over here fucking spouting off all his retarded shit, and people are always like, oh yeah, like you got Gen Z fucking hyping up that shit, acting like somehow Hitler was a good thing. And you're like, yeah, this is the problem here. See, when you fucking go too crazy left, you start making these guys go way too crazy on the right. And it's like, legitimately, fucking, like, can we just all agree? Hitler, bad guy. Don't do that. Like I always say, how can I be racist? I'm Asian. I fucking love you, Dark. I fucking love you. You make so many jokes about, like, the Asian driving, all that other stuff like that on my stream. And then, like, of course, if I read it out, people are like, oh, that's racist. And I'm like, dude, I'm just reading out what somebody said in my chat. What the fuck? Like, but you said it. Yes, but he's Asian. And then it's like It's like when people get upset about movies that have nothing to do with them, and it's always some middle-aged fucking Karen. Gimme. Get out of the garbage. No, child. No, not going with the garbage can. Stop it. Yeah, no, stop. I will give you guys the can of chicken later. Holy shit, chat. These cats. Is it racist if I'm speaking to a coworker that is not fluent in English, but I'm speaking to them in Spanish and someone else says speak English? No, you're living in America, you should fucking speak English. Okay? If I go to Spain or I go to Mexico, yeah, then there. I'm sorry, if a fucking person speaking Spanish, the first thing I'm gonna ask is, where's your fucking green card, bitch? Are you fucking legal or not? Get the fuck out of my country if you're not legal. I'm sorry, yeah, Voodoo, don't be retarded. You shouldn't be speaking Spanish in America. Okay, you guys are here legally in our country. Speak English! Okay? If I go to your fucking country, I will learn your fucking language. It's called fucking respect, my guy. Jeez, oh, Pete's. And if somebody's working somewhere and they can't speak English, yes, clearly, get them the fuck out of here. This is the type of empathy that we're talking about, dude. This is the stupidity of some of you people. Like, fucking seriously? You wanted to try to, like, do a little gotcha, like, oh, is it yeah, no, it's not racist. It's called being fucking legit about the fact that you live in America, speak fucking English. If I go to fucking, literally, like, if I go to Iran, Saudi Arabia, I will learn Persian, okay? Or whatever the dialect of it that they speak in that country, I will learn. If I go to Japan, I will learn Japanese. If I go to Italy, I will learn Italian, okay? Simply put, you learn the fucking language of the country that you go to, whether you're visiting or living there. And especially if you're fucking working there. Don't fucking give me that dumb shit. That is absolutely fucking stupid. Like, yeah, no, these motherfuckers that are here fucking, like, I hear people constantly walk by here and talk in, like, fucking Hindu or whatever other stuff. And I constantly am like, dude, speak English. And they'll give me that look. I'm like, you're in America. If I go to your country, I'll speak your language. Simple as that. That's not being racist. If I go visit Dark in Taiwan, stuff like that, I will learn how to fluently speak as best I can their version of Mandarin. Okay? Because why? That would be respectful to my best friend. You know, the system in Monster Hunter is that you can auto send out a message, and if you're doing certain action, like telling people you are setting up a trap or bomb, here's one. It comes as an here comes an Asian driver when I mount on the monster. All right, I like that. I like that. Damn it, Dark. Oh shit, that's fucking hilarious. But you know, it's like again, too, a lot of this shit only has power because people will let it have power. They let it fucking eat at them. They let the stupid fucking words bother. And why is it that we can't change fucking words about certain things? Like, you can change words all the fucking time. All these things can change meanings, but fucking certain slurs, somehow they can't change anymore? I'm sorry, I fucking think not. Okay? And also, again, as I will always say, if I say the word retard and the first thing you thought was something mentally disparaged, or somebody mentally disparaged, you are the fucking problem, not me, retard. Like, you literally proved my point at that point. Somebody literally who has, like, cerebral palsy, fucking anything like that, they have far more value than the person that I'm calling a retard. And they will also add more to society than the actual fucking person I'm calling a retard. Okay? Because a person with cerebral palsy is not a retard. They are mentally disparaged. That's it. I don't get why people gotta get all hell-bent over this word. or act like you're protecting people when in reality you're not. Okay? I agree 100% with that, Dark. 100%, I do agree with that. But here's the thing to do, though, right? So, at the end of the day, though, right? You guys, which I already find kind of fucked up, right? You guys are forced to learn American and stuff, or English in that sense, right? I don't think that should be allowed, okay? You live in Taiwan. If you want to learn English, you should be allowed. You know, nobody here is technically forced to learn Spanish. You're just told to learn a second language just because there's so many other cultures, right? And again, it's kind of one of those things where I'm like, I think that it should be more so taught that if you want to go explore another culture, you want to go travel. Because the reason why I'm so hell-bent about the whole learning a language when you go experience another culture is that you get to experience the culture in a much richer way. You get to actually understand a lot more of that culture if you actually learn their language. You know, like when I've gone through the painstaking of trying to learn Japanese or Italian, Deutsch, Persian, all these types of stuff like that, I have found when I was doing so, and I would go and then dabble into, like, I'd go and maybe find like a chat room, or I'd find a group and I'd try to talk to them in their language and trying to do all that type of stuff like that, and in a way to try to learn more, but also learn more about their cultures as well. It's a way of doing it out of respect, right? But again, it's because when I go to those cultures, I want to be able to feel more enriched when I go there, right? Not because I, psst, gimme, stop. It's not because I think that, like, oh, I need to learn this language because, so-and-so amount of people that are coming over to my country and I need to be able to speak to them in their language. No. You're coming to my country. You learn our language, okay? And if you can't speak fluent, proper English, yeah. I am so tired of, hello, my name is Steve. I am talking to from outstate. You're calling a business, right? Like, they'll call the shop all the time and ask me about my car insurance. We're a business. We have no fucking cars. We don't have a delivery system. We have nothing like that. So literally, you have these fucking Indian scammers calling businesses. And I always love how they're always like, it's some dude with the heaviest fuck Indian accent with the most American name. The other day, I got Randy. That fucking made me laugh on the phone. And the guy hung up on me for once. Because as soon as he goes, my name is Randy, I was like, holy shit. I was like, no, really? We got a Randy? Yeah, he hung up on me. So thank you, Fox, for the kicks as well for all that. I appreciate that, bud. Mandarin, Taiwanese, and English, maybe a bit of Japanese and Cantonese. That's my limit because none of they are paying Duolingo for me. Yeah, exactly. And it's Mandarin is the main language there, right? Or is it technically called Taiwanese? Because I know we've had this conversation before, but I remember you telling me that it's like an older form of like an older dialect of Mandarin though, versus what they speak over in China. Because if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, Dark, on the history of Taiwan, you guys were the nationalists that did not want to follow suit with the whole Maoist communist parties and stuff like that, and you guys wanted to actually break away and become, in their in the original movement's eyes, like the original actual Chinese people. Again, I could be totally wrong, but I do know that there are a lot of like areas in Asia. Oh, Mandarin is official. Taiwanese is your mother tongue. Okay. So then, okay, so yeah, then that would be what okay, somebody has asked this. Which one is normally spoken primarily more amongst like friends and family? Would it be Taiwanese or is it Mandarin? This way I know which one I would want to learn if I was to go to Taiwan. Or would I just do best to just learn both? Dark, I don't... My man, you're Taiwanese. I did not expect you to say those words to me like that. I love you, buddy. That was great. I was not expected to read those words, which I can understand Taiwanese, but I speak terribly of it. Man, you're okay. Okay. That's why I wanted to make sure if I was to learn the right language, if I was to go visit Taiwan, I want to make sure I know the right language to communicate with everybody there. And again, as you can see, chat, this is what I mean. If I go visit him, I want to make sure that I can communicate when I go to the stores, if I go to a gas station, whatever. I want to be able to speak in their language, right? And it's not no some pompous ass thing. It's about the fact that I want to experience their culture in a way that makes them feel that I truly am genuine about it. Not like, yeah, let me come and experience your culture, but I'm sorry, do you speak English? I'm fucking sorry. That's fucking asinine, dude. Like, I don't care about that shit. You can hate me, like me for that, whatever, but, like, legitimately, I truly do believe that if you go to somewhere else, please learn their fucking language. It's just the least you can do, right? And I'm not saying you gotta be 100% fluent in it, right? But get the basics down, man. Like, just get the basics down.
Not enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out.
A lot of people are talking about this word wiper. What does that even mean? And could
This shit right here is pissing me off too.
We have some shocking
Okay, I want to just get past the coming up stuff. Let's just get into it.
Murder was finally seen on camera. He speaks very briefly. I'll show you that in a second. And also, a text exchange was released between the suspect and
oh
his
shit!
partner
Also, real quick, chat.
/lover.
Let me also link the video to you guys, so that way you can all please go and drop a sub over to Miss Audrey here. She is an amazing content creator over here on YouTube. Put my kick aside too, so I can actually post it there, because it never lets me copy and paste it in my fucking my shit there. Okay, it is muted. There, we're gonna mute that. There we go. Or pause, I should say. All right. I just want to make sure we have the link posted, and I'll also make sure to post that in my description of the stream as well too. Actually, let me see here. Let me do that real quick too. And I'm actually going to take... Alright, there's that one. Alright, that's going to be in there. Let me go ahead and save this real quick, so that way it'll be in the description for everybody else later on. Okay. As always, want to make sure we have all of my sources posted there, so... For me, using most of your cursing, I get that. I do use sometimes things like my Italian and other stuff like that when I'm cursing, or Deutsch or other stuff like that, if I don't want other people to know what I'm saying.
Plenty more was revealed about the suspect's potential motive, and then we also have a shocking new update about a left group potentially that was involved in this heinous crime. We'll get into all that in a second.
There you are looking at 22-year-old Tyler Robinson.
A short time ago, Utah County Attorney Jeff Gray revealed his plan to seek the death penalty against the
damn right, firing squad, bitch!
Polling case
Clack, clack.
403-576, State of Utah versus Tyler James Robinson. Could you state your name?
Tyler James Robinson.
Thank you for being here, Mr. Robinson. I'm Judge Graff. In that honor about...
You know, he's got, reminds me of Step Bros. Man, he's got a face that just makes me want to go, ugh. Is there anything you can do about that? No, not at all.
September 10th, 2025 in Utah County, the defendant, Tyler James Robinson, committed criminal homicide in the physical presence of a child younger than 14.
And of course, before he got caught, what did this stupid little fucking pussy-ass bitch want to do? He wanted to take his own life. Like the fucking stupid piece of shit did who killed all those kids at the Catholic school, man. Fuck these demons, dude. These people do not deserve to live on this fucking planet with the rest of us who literally want to just live in harmony and peace with all of our fellow man, want to be able to just, go to work, pay our bills, be able to enjoy our life with our family, create a family, all those things like that. And then you got these sick fucking freak weirdos like these pieces of shit who truly just belong in fucking hell.
Years of age, with knowledge that a child was present that may have been seen or heard the commission of the criminal homicide.
Yeah, the fact that Charlie's 3-year-old daughter was trying to run to her father right afterwards, chat, is so fucking heartbreaking, dude. Like, the first few times I saw that or I even talked about it, dude, it would make me cry. Now I'm just mad that this piece of shit would do this shit, man. And I cannot wait until he has to sit there and stand before fucking God and be sent his ass straight to hell. Why would you ask a dumb question like that, Voodoo? Do you think someone in the government paid him off to do this shit? Do I think that you're a retard? Yes, I think you're retarded, Voodoo. Fucking don't do something stupid like that. Like, seriously, dude. Don't be retarded. You use what little common sense you might fucking have in your brain left to realize that was completely stupid to say. Right? No. I don't think somebody in the government paid him off to do this shit. Like, why would anybody do that? Why would anybody do that? Let me ask you that rebuttal. Why would somebody pay him off to do that there? Huh? Huh? Give me a good answer for that one, okay? I'm waiting for that one. Because if you're going to try to tell me because of, they wanted to start a false flag or something like that, dude, they literally would have tried to do that, I don't know, maybe with Trump, and maybe that's why we don't got the fucking information about the dumbass little piece of shit, weirdo that tried to kill him, right? Charlie Kirk was an everyday person. The government would not want to kill him. You sound like those people that are like, the Jews killed him, man. Yeah, it sounds like a conspiracy. Because you said it, dude. That's why it sounds like a conspiracy theory. Because, that is a conspiracy theory, and it's just stupid. Dude, like, any person right now who is literally trying to take this away from the left. I get it, you support the LGBTQ, which, again, I think is fucking retarded. Any one of you that supports them, seriously, you are literally supporting people who give no fucks about you. They would dance on your grave. I will play you the Sam Hyde clip that is going around massively right now. Because I'm telling you right now, it is 100% fucking true. This right here is 100% true. I want you guys to let this fucking sink into your fucking heads. Especially you, Voodoo. I really fucking want you to let this sink in. Like, I want all of you.
This is you. This is your sister, your wife, your daughter. But this right here is you. This is your sister, your wife, your daughter. This is you. This is your sister, your wife, your daughter. But this is you.
Mm-hmm.
And this is their reaction when you are killed.
Mm-hmm.
This is the joy they feel when your sister is raped, when your children are castrated, brainwashed to hate you.
Mm-hmm.
This is their ecstasy when the floor of the subway car is awash in your blood. This is you. Make no mistake, that is a symbol, that is you. But this won't last long. They can't help themselves because they're so ugly.
Yep.
And so low that the only joy they can experience, the only good that they can envision is to take something beautiful or innocent down to their level. And when they can't do it, the next best thing is blood. This is Charlie's family. And these are his children who will never be able to hug their dad and grow up with a murdered father. And these are the people who smugly revel in this, and they won't stop with just Charlie.
Fucking piece of shit, fucking...
The boats are burned, there's nobody coming to help. The barbarians are at the gate. This is the fall of ancient Rome that we are living through currently.
The fucking faggotry that's going on is so stupid.
What happens in the next 2 weeks is going to determine the future of mankind. That's not hyperbole, that's just how it is. A few notes before we start. I've seen some Twitter posts from people lamenting, apologizing, because their last interactions with Charlie were less than kind. And congratulations if that's you, because that's proof that you have a soul. And similarly, I think we had to cut 30 minutes from the last episode of Sam Hyde Show because I called him something not nice.
Dude, the fact that he is crying because of this, man.
Some people offering their condolences,
choked up about this.
Etc.
And honestly, I wanted to say something to that too, by the way, Dark, because you're 100% correct on that. When you said to Voodoo, for Voodoo, I don't think none of the people need to be paid for these days. If anyone wants some special things to do, just need to make some people believe that they are doing it for the greater good. Exactly. No money needed, just to let people think that they are doing it for the greater good, and all the things are for the greater good. Exactly. When you keep telling people that they're Nazis, you keep calling them fascists. I get called a fascist or a Nazi just because I voted for Trump now. Okay. Okay. I've been an independent most of my fucking life, technically on their fucking side. All right, on the fucking liberal side, on the left side. I decided to say, nah, I don't see that anymore. I choose this. Oh, I'm a fascist. I'm a misogynist. I'm this, and this, okay? After fucking a while, that shit not only gets old, but it starts to piss people off. And now we have somebody who has been killed because of that. So 100%, what you are saying is 100% correct there, Dark. You don't need to pay somebody. That's why I thought it was fucking stupid that Voodoo would be like, do you think somebody paid him in the government to kill him? No, you moron. You don't need to. Have you not heard what Hassan Piker has been doing? Like, seriously, Voodoo, do you not understand more so my fucking boycott of Twitch? This is why. They're not banning that piece of shit. Instead, they allow somebody like him to continuously radicalize more people like this idiot. There was the more recent one who just recently did some shooting, literally said he was fucking motivated by Hassan's uncle and the Young Turks. Yeah, 100%, Dark, yeah. And it's like the fact that you have that knowledge, you have that ability to see how this works, right? That is what I wish for more people to see, more people to understand, but instead you have these people that are like, oh no, you really gotta grease people's hinges just to make them do anything. No, you really don't. Because if somebody thinks, man, if I go take out that person and I'm doing it, like you said, for the greater good, then I'll be remembered as a hero, not the villain. No, motherfucker, you're a villain. You're a disgusting fucking demon who does not deserve to be on this fucking earth with us. There's another point I want to say, it's about right here.
For rocking out here, I think that we are all so smart and internet savvy that we could, it's not possible for someone like me or like you or like little Timmy Thomas on his computer. He's got 10 Discord channels. He's a computer wizard.
Timmy Thomas is prolific on Discord.
It would be impossible for someone as smart as us to fall for any kind of psyop or emotional
Exactly, Dark.
Like this. But on the off chance that someone,
Eventually things will get so bad on Twitch to the point that either Twitch staff or Jeff Bezos will have to intervene. Honestly, they just need to shut the fucking thing down, dude. Get rid of Twitch. I didn't used to want Twitch to be gone. Now I don't care anymore. I want Twitch gone. And anybody who wants Just sit there and say, well, I don't leave Twitch because of, you know, the people that I've cultivated over there. They support me still and they won't fuck them. Fuck them with the metal pitchfork right at their fucking ass. Because literally none of them motherfuckers deserve your fucking time. If they cannot see what a fucking disgusting platform Twitch is, then literally they do not deserve your fucking time. Fuck the platform. There are other platforms. And on top of that, ladies and gentlemen, there's a new one coming around. Flashy is coming out here soon. So you can look to go and join on that. But literally, if you fucking for a second try to tell me that you have to stream on Twitch, you have to stay on Twitch, you're a fucking liar. I don't want to hear another motherfucker ever say that dumb shit. Yeah, I think Jeff Bezos will honestly shut it down before he sells it. I honestly think he would. Because especially with the fact of how hot everything is getting right now. With that being said, though, Voodoo, that doesn't mean you need to be on all 50 of them. Okay? He's a businessman at Twitch, brings more problems than profit. Just get rid of it. That's exactly what I'm saying it as. That's why I'm saying that he'll shut it down. Because it's becoming more problem than profit, you know? And primarily because of fucking Hassan Piker and his whole little fucking tribe of idiots. You know, this is what happens, you know, when you're a bunch of Islamic extremists.
Very small chance. On the off chance that somebody somewhere with an agenda, there's almost no chance this is happening.
Fox, fuck Twitch. Yeah, no, 100% Fox.
On the off chance that somebody somewhere with an agenda.
I appreciate all the kicks, by the way, bro. Thank you so much for all the fucking kicks you're sending out tonight, Fox. Thank you so much, dog. Love you, buddy.
Very small chance this is happening. I can't see this happening.
I'm not at all on all. No, I'm not saying you are on all 50. I'm just saying you were still on a lot more sites than 4. Okay, like I still see the guys bringing it up, bro. I mean, look, I am glad you got the new PC. You do need to, if you need help or anything like that, setting it up, I do recommend just looking up some videos on doing a dual PC setup, because with your laptop that you have, if you use that with the rig, dude, you'll be fine. Plus, you already have a capture card. Just use the capture card to do that and just start doing PC games instead of doing the actual console games, and your content will go higher, dude, and you'll have a better look and sound to everything. But you need to just listen to all the advice that we have given you over the how many years now. I recently started streaming on VP Live. I'm working on getting partnered with them. I forgot about them. I remember you were talking about them, the Vertical Pixel Live. I remember them a little bit there. The only reason I stopped with theirs was, I think, because of again, it was a whole, like, TOS thing. And again, I like to play Cyberpunk without having to have a fucking nudity sensor on, because again, I'm a fucking adult. I don't give a shit that there's titties out. But again, like, why the fuck does every other guy be like, oh, there's pixelated boobies? Like, so? Like, bro, porn's free, right? You know, fucking go do that instead. Please don't go to OnlyFans and waste your money. Those women don't deserve it.
Even though we're so smart.
I wish there was a way for us to be able to download those and to keep them. So that way, you know, it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But I do get where you're coming from there, Dark. But at the end of the day, man, there's a lot of sentimental stuff I have still that's through Twitch as well. But at the end of the day, I don't care anymore. I can't. Otherwise, I'm just gonna let the empathy, you know, kill me. Like, I wish that there was a way to just be able to, like, find a way to keep and download and have those things forever. Because, trust me, man, I do get you where you're coming from, Dark. 100%, brother. I really do. They rebuilt it? I'll have to check it out. I'll have to check it out then, there, Fox.
Behoove us to choose our words. Would you say carefully?
Cautiously, carefully, intentionally.
A degree of precision.
Discriminately.
Discriminately, including your own internal dialogue. No matter what the result of the speculation is, the end result is the same, and that's that you, white man, are under attack. And that's that. Let's take a look at who our enemies are here. I tweeted at the quartering because he said, I love the quartering. He's my guy. He said,
yo, appreciate you, Sir Savage. Appreciate you.
You got to look at these videos. You have to know what these people are trying to do to you. You have to know you don't even have a family. That's the thing. You don't have a family because they've set up this clown world where you're convinced not to start a family. It's economically impossible to start a family. But if you,
I always say,
even if you had a family, you don't even know.
I saw that box. Thank you for that, brother.
That's what's so fucked up. You have to watch these. You have to know that there is evil out there in the world. This isn't like being 15 and watching Best Gore or something.
No.
You have to know that there is evil out there in the world. There's this idea of the seen versus the unseen, and I gotta say, thank God, Irina Zarutska was hot.
No, it does. It calls more attention to it.
Yeah, and that's fucking sad. Yeah, exactly. He's a no shit. It's fucking sad. It's sad that it was only because she was hot that anybody paid attention to her. Because literally, if she wasn't, nobody would have paid attention to her. But also what made a great thing was that because she was on the left, you saw, again, a crazy fucking black man on a fucking train who was all like, oh, I got that white girl. I got that white girl. And then they all try to act like, oh, Charlie Kirk was the one that brought the race into it. No, you fucking imbecilic morons.
Who could be a relative of yours. It could be someone you cared about. It could be you. For every one of these people, there are thousands. Just alone in the UK, the girls being raped. Isn't it like over 100,000? How many is it? We don't see it because there's no video of it, and the media is not publicizing it.
And the details of each and every one of those are like science fiction level. I can't comprehend.
Yeah,
how
dude.
bad,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the police in the UK.
Yeah, these fucking pieces of shit.
Common pattern I've noticed too.
Yeah, fucking faggots.
100%, dude.
One video of her getting stabbed.
Yo,
Hundreds of thousands of people.
bro, thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for the resub for 4 months. I like that. Ta-da. Yo, I appreciate you, dog. Appreciate you so much for that. I definitely needed that. I definitely needed that, dude. Thank you so much for that sub, brother. Appreciate that. Especially after all the bullshit, man. It's all the bullshit going on, dude. Like, legitimately, for them to take away an absolute inspiration to me, and somebody who inspired me not only to start doing more like the politics and news stuff like that, right, chat, but like, again, to start talking more about my faith and everything else like that. And yeah. Holy fuck, bro. Dude, thank you so much for the fucking 10 gifted subs. Holy shit, man. Dude, thank you so much for that, man. We just gotta get to the 10 subs over on Kick there. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that there, brother. Thank you so much. The Madre said thank you too. I do believe she got one, didn't she? Yep, Mom got one. Let's see who else got one here. I know Fox got one. Sir Savage got one. BB Girl got one. I don't know who Musty Ryu is. Or Stan Vagrant. I don't know which of those, but I see Damn Jackie got one too, so that's awesome. Love that. Love that. I was actually going to ask you too about a favor tomorrow, because I was going to try to I need to try to like, actually put my phone on loan if I can to the pawn shop to see if I can. I don't have my ID yet because it's still expired. So I can try to get $200 at least to cover some shit. So that way I can also pay for my fucking new ID as well, which would be helpful. So if you haven't had any free time or anything like that, let me know, man, because I just need somebody who has an ID that can do something like that for me, because mine is currently expired by almost technically a whole month now. In 3 days, it'll be a whole month it'll be expired by. Bro, are you sure? I mean, I will give you my phone as collateral because that's what I was going to, use as for collateral. Like, I don't mind doing that until I can get the my check cash because, again, I owe you still the 40, which I was going to give you an additional 40 on top of that because of that. Because I have the, so the check from, is it the, yeah, I want to say it's the 20th of August I still have, I think. Oh, shit, is my thing still broken? Oh, my gosh, hold on. Yeah, guys, I'm looking at my chat on my phone, so I have Kick Chat right here, and then I have everybody else's chat going through the Rumble Studio thing, but this thing keeps breaking on me, dude. I need to fix this. Hold on. So, wait a minute. Do I have to use a different browser for that to work? Oh, fuck me. Yeah, I gotta have Opera to work for that one. Shit. Okay. Excuse me, guys. Give me 1 second here. Oh, hiccups. The cat wants cam time. Oh, yo, hi, Bubba's. What you doing up there, homie? You're okay, handsome. You're okay. You're not... He's not in trouble. He's okay to be up there. He always gets so scared. Hello, handsome. I know, you're so tall you can just crawl right there. Here, Bubba's. You want to be on the camera? Yeah? Do you want to be on the camera? No, I know what you want. He wants the chicken that I'm eating is actually what he wants there, Voodoo. Come here, Bubba's. Come here, Bubba's. Oh my gosh. The red zebra dance to it. I had to make him dance. Dude, thank you so fucking much for that. Holy fucking shit, dude. You did not have to do all that. Holy fuck. You got like the hype train going on. Dude, it went from green to like pink, which is dope as fuck. What the hell is this? This is super cool. Is it because they did 25? Dude, and you've gifted over 90 subs to the channel too now. Holy fuck, man. Dude, thank you again so much for all the love too, man. Thank you so much for that. Let's see who we got here. Yeah, Voodoo, you got one on that one. Trika got one on that. Trying to look for the names that I know right now. Chef got one. Joel's got one. Let's see here. Bango got one. Hell yeah. Hey, here's what happens when I pay. Bro, oh my gosh, dude. Speaking of which, dude. Oh, dude. I would love it if the shop would be better. If the shop was better, I would not have to literally bitch about my boss all the time, right? Not only have I not been paid, obviously, since, what was it, August 5th now, okay? So, obviously, I'm only allowed, like, a check a month, apparently, to cash chat, which is fucking bullshit. But then he asked me, so, are you still behind on rent? Yeah, moron! Like, you haven't fucking been paying me on time! Like, what the fuck do you expect? Oh, okay, well... I'll try to squeeze out another check once we pay the rent for the shop here, because we still got to get them another payment. And I'm like, how much are we behind on that one? And it's like, oh, $3,000. Because we already paid $1,600, but we're now back to $3,000 total owing them. So, love that, right? And then what ends up happening, literally today, technically, well, I mean, if you want to count it yesterday, because we're, 14 minutes away from being, on the 17th here. But literally the 16th, we made $54 fucking somehow. Now, mind you, my little sister and I do not know how this is possible because there was 3 people. It only counts 2. Don't know why. But 3 people showed up today. First person bought a Fumi, which is $31.79 after tax. The next person bought 2 bottles of juice. That is $50.41 after tax. Then somebody bought a fucking a can of knickknacks, the lozenge like things you put in your mouth, kind of like the snus pouches, $7.41. Okay, All of that does not equal $54 fucking dollars. So where the fuck was all the money at? Like, I'm literally baffled at our system, and I'm starting to get really pissed at my boss for this new system, dude. Like, legitimately, as soon as I can truly just, like, feel comfortable to tell him, yo, man, pay me my checks, I'm gonna go check out the other vape shop, and see if they'll hire me, because, I would much rather go work at Smoke Valley at this point. Again, I'm not even joking. I'd much rather go work for Smoke Valley. One, Saeed and Mo are awesome. It's where I get all my psychedelic stuff from, guys. That's where I get these and the little motherfuckers. I still got these X's gummies I haven't tried fully yet. I got 10 left of those. I will say, though, definitely the Grape Galaxy one, way better than the Strawberry Gelato. Definitely on the syrup ones. And then, of course, that's also where I get the XUMs. Where's my jar from that? I usually keep a jar of that just to show for everybody on stream. I think I left that one at work, though. But the XUMs are the stronger than psilocybin mushroom tablets, stuff like that. Man, those were great. You know, those were awesome and stuff like that, you know? Well, I mean, it just doesn't make sense why the system... It's not like he did something to the system. At least I don't think he did, Voodoo. Because it's like the system itself isn't registering the third sale. It's only registering 2 sales, which doesn't make sense. No, like, so, like, my boss doesn't do anything like that, so, like, and he works down in a different city than where I work, and though it's close by, it's not that far, it's still far enough that he doesn't come up to our store ever. However, though, here's the thing, though, chat, here's the thing, okay? Here's what really pisses me off about this. This motherfucker can go buy a brand new 4090 graphics card, build up his whole brand new fucking PC, everything like that, but, he's sitting there fucking literally, also buying a bunch of snowmobiles, too. So it's like, dude, pay your employees. I discuss lots of political, democracy, dictatorship, patriotism, no, this steakhouse I work in. Maybe that kind of, yeah, I like that, though. I love when you work with people like that, bro. I love, like, that kind of shit. I like that. But, you know, it's like, I just want my boss to fucking give a shit about the store, man. Like, I feel like he doesn't give a shit about the store anymore. I feel like he's literally just checked out. And it's like, cool, thank you for checking out, but I need you to fucking care. He wants me to make miracles all the time happen, yet I don't see him doing anything to make those miracles happen as well. It's like, you can't bleed a turnip dry, bro. Oh, yeah, one second here, chat. Let me also do this here real quick. I need to open up Opera so I can get the chat to all pull into one side. So that I can get the YouTube, Kick, and Discord chat, or Discord, Kick, Twitch, and Rumble. Twitch. Oh my gosh, Kick, Rumble, and YouTube. Holy fuck, if I could speak English. Rumble. Kick. Pop out the chat. Pop out the chat. Yo, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm not seeing the extension here. Son of a bitch. I have to re-put that. Damn it. That is why we're not seeing the chat. I had to redo the extension, chat. I forgot about that. Oh my gosh. Because it's on the PC, not my MacBook. That is why the chat's not on the stream at the moment, guys. I apologize. I will get that fixed for the next stream. I do promise, guys. I really do. I will have that fixed so that the YouTube, Kick, Rumble, all that stuff will all be in one area. And see, I got it right that time. Fucking A. Holy shit.
Tyler James Robinson intentionally.
Actually, real quick, let me BRB. I'm going to go grab some more milk real quick. Just a small refill. Let me throw my background music on for a second here, guys. Okay. Ugh. Oh my gosh, I didn't even have the music playing through that. Are you kidding me, chat? Really? Oh wait, no, I did. Oh, okay, I did. It was just the other one, and I had a double feature going on. Whoo! Is there a ghost shopping at the vape store, dude? I wish, because then I could, maybe get more money that way.
He selected Charlie Kirk because of Tyler James Robinson's belief or perception regarding Charlie Kirk's political expression. Mr. Robinson
Claiming that Charlie Kirk was fucking a hateful person, which is so fucking stupid.
It will be a waiver hearing, and I will be the judge assigned to this case. And Mr. Robinson, I invite you to join us.
Cannot wait for this dude to get the death penalty.
Because he's currently in side watch. His mother actually told investigators that Robinson wanted to unalive himself rather than turn himself in, but was convinced ultimately by his
fuck that
father
pussy,
to turn
dude.
himself in. And now we know that Tyler Robinson is indigent, according to the judge. That basically just means he can't afford to provide his own lawyer. The court will provide him with counsel. And it's also important to note that of the available attorneys, only a fraction are Rule A attorneys in Utah, meaning qualified with dealing with a capital case. And even among that pool of attorneys, a lot of them are very reluctant to take up this case because
exactly.
of public backlash. No one wants to touch this. No one wants that kind of heat in their careers. Defending
no shit, dude.
by the public.
Yeah, no shit.
You hear the judge say that September 29th is the next court appearance. This case is moving at warp speed. The rest of us are eagerly awaiting all of the intel on this guy, all of the findings from this investigation. Investigators are currently withholding a lot of juicy stuff that the public would love to know, simply because they do not want to taint a jury pool. They do not want every new detail released about the shooter's motive to potentially prejudice jurors, which is understandable. However, a lot has already been released about this guy's motive. Just check out the text exchange today that was released. I'll show you the highlight of the text exchanges in just a second, but there are people like Walter Kern out there, people like Matt Walsh, who do not believe the text exchanges. They think it's too scripted, like it's an attempt to save the roommate from any kind of scrutiny or culpability.
And that's very sus.
Interviewed Robinson's roommate, a biological male who was involved in a romantic relationship with Robinson. The roommate told police that the roommate received messages from Robinson about the shooting, and he did provide those messages to police.
This fucking freak.
September 10th, 2025, the roommate received a text message from Robinson which said, "Drop what you're doing. Look under my keyboard." The roommate looked under the keyboard and found a note that stated,
"Bro, I wish, Zerfox, I wish.
The opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it." Police found a photograph of this note. The following text exchange, then took place. After reading the note, the roommate responded,
"Yes, I'll give you guys the can in just a moment."
Joking, right? Robinson, "I am still okay, my love, but am stuck in Orem for a little while longer yet. Shouldn't be long until I can come home.
You guys are so brat.
Grab my rifle still. To be honest, I had hoped to keep this secret till I died of old age."
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. That right there is fucking so retarded.
From this text exchange, this guy,
Act like you're gonna take it to your grave? Really?
Go to his grave with this secret. He thought that he could just shoot someone in broad daylight with a hunting rifle and not get caught by the most powerful intelligence apparatus in the world, the U.S. government. I don't know if this is arrogance or delusion on his part.
You weren't the one who did it, right? Robinson,
I really do feel like this is staged. Like a really scripted fucking, text message back and forth to absolve the roommate.
Grabbed some crazy old dude, then interrogated someone in similar clothing. I had planned to grab my rifle from my drop point shortly after, but most of that side of town got locked down.
I think his name was George Zinn, was the old man who was arrested immediately after this melee broke out. If you do some digging on that guy, he's just a complete nut job who's just always at political events, and I might actually be schizophrenic. I don't know. He might have some mental illness issues.
It's quiet,
yeah, no shit. You try to get shot by the cops. He wanted to pretty much do suicide by the cops, it seemed like.
Robinson, I had
Because he kept telling him to
his
shoot him.
hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out. If I am able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence.
Dude, you would have left still evidence, though. Yeah, exactly.
That puts him on the spectrum.
Robinson, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate can't be negotiated out.
It's right here. He said, I had enough of his hatred. Some hate cannot be negotiated out. If I'm able to grab my rifle unseen, I will have left no evidence. Going to attempt to
bro, you would have left still other evidence other than that.
Ultimately, the fact that he could not retrieve his rifle made him feel like the jig is up. He's not going to be able to get away with it. And then he adds to his roommate, remember how I was engraving bullets? Hey, by the way, if you're roommates with someone or lovers with someone and you're in your late teens or early 20s and they are engraving bullets, you should just report them to the
100%. Audrey is 100% correct.
Goes, remember how I was engraving bullets? The effing messages are mostly a big meme. If I see notices bulge OWO face on Fox News, I might have a stroke. This is the sick thing about potential copycats out there too. There's so many edgelord.
Also, yeah, why would it say uwu when he didn't write uwu? He wrote owu. Not joking. He wrote O-W-O, not U-W-U, which would have been iwu. He did the owu thing, which is a little bit more common in the furry circles than it is with the uwu.
Young guys who would see Fox News and other news stations saying, if you read this, you're gay, LMAO, and they would just die laughing. They would think it's so cool that the suspect trolled boomer news stations with this. It's probably really inspirational in the bad way for a lot of would-be copycats out there because they think it's like edgelord comedy absolutely peaking to have done this to the news. But
yeah.
It's noteworthy that he says Fox News. If I see one of these memes on Fox News, I might have a stroke, meaning he's gonna laugh so hard he's gonna have a stroke. He picks out the lone GOP news station to mock and to have a laugh at. More people with common sense would say, so he doesn't like conservatives, he doesn't like Fox News, he likes seeing them humiliate themselves by reading off his shitty little memes. Now, unsurprisingly, there is an active misinformation campaign being directed at the less online older generations to convince them that Charlie Kirk shooter was a quote-unquote groiper. This is the Nick Fuentes group. You have articles out there saying,
this is so stupid.
And was Tyler Robinson a part of an alt movement? Charlie Kirk shooters ammunition marking may be linked to this video game. Details here. Shocking absolutely no one. Even CNN is pushing this alternative theory to take the heat off the left.
I have to ask you this because a lot of people are asking what this means. A lot of people are talking about this word goiper. What does that even mean? And could this man be one of them?
Yeah. All this stuff used to be so fringe. And
dude,
it's like
what is this thing talking? The fuck is this thing? Why are your eyes so far apart?
But groipers are the fans of the far-right podcaster Nick Fuentes. He's been around for a very long time. He was at Charlottesville. He was at Jan 6.
Yeah, even he's like, what the fuck am I looking at?
With Charlie Kirk or had. He would show at his events. His fans would show up at their events, and they would ask Kirk leading questions intended to trigger Kirk into moving further to the right, particularly on immigration and gay rights. So Fuentes has totally disavowed this violence. He made a very forceful statement against that last night.
So despite the suspect's own mother saying that her son had become much more political in the last year, that he was motivated by perceived anti-gay, anti-trans rhetoric from the right, despite investigators saying that the suspect was clearly indoctrinated by left-wing propaganda, Democrats are trying to convince themselves that this guy was so anti-gay that he shot Charlie Kirk because Charlie Kirk was too pro-gay. Can't make this stuff up. Even the unhinged liberal streamer Destiny, who celebrated comparatory
this is the retarded shit that they're saying, chat.
The first one.
The fabric and shell casing his body sweat wiped off this. Well, there was that too, and then you also you got feet print too. They had the feet print, and then they also had the cameras too. You have all the cameras, feet print, and even though they showed us the images that they had, it wasn't all of them supposedly. There was another video that they actually had that the FBI was using to find him, and that one apparently was like super high quality that they had of him. So there was even that there, Voodoo. Also, Voodoo, don't forget to do your thing. So you have your icon next to your name there, bud.
including that Republicans, conservatives, and Republicans need to be more scared when going to conservative events. They need to be more in fear of their safety, worried about imminent bodily harm to themselves. So
Legitimately.
get their leaders to be nicer, because of course Trump is responsible for all of this left-wing violence.
Need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events so that they look to their leadership to turn.
That literally is inciting violence, you low-life piece of shit, Destiny. Like, dude, you look like legitimately a fucking freak. We've seen the picture of you at the beach, okay? And you're the world's biggest cuck next to iDubbbz. You literally let dudes plow your fucking wife as you're blowing other dudes while recording yourself, you fucking weirdo.
Down the temperature.
Whatever, he's nuts, fine, but
Again, literally how terrorism works. 100%, brother, 100%.
Any reason to think this guy was a groiper? If not, I feel like it's better to focus on Trump instead of Fuentes, right?
Well, so there are a few things going on if I had to guess. So one,
It's domestic terrorism at its finest.
Especially after the bullets and ironically the trans stuff. It was like maybe it could be a groiper. I feel like the
dude, it is very true there, Voodoo.
Because all of the messages that I've seen this guy send in Disc and everything seem like pretty normal. I feel like
oh yeah, normal, yeah.
Very like
this is what I mean. This is how fucking stupid he is.
Like crazy shit everywhere, but all of the Discord messages seem really normal. Sorry,
if you're on the right,
this is the same guy with a shit ton of child pornography allegedly on his computer.
100% a trans shooter.
Cannot wait for that fucking investigation.
That, like, there's no good information showing this guy was radicalized by the left right now. Okay.
Cannot wait for fucking Destiny to be behind bars.
So
the only problem with Destiny getting behind bars is he will definitely be somebody's prison bitch willingly. Chat. He'll be the first one to pull his pocket out and be like, "Somebody please grab my pocket. I'll be a little prison bitch." That's literally Destiny in a nutshell.
At the very least, if they could pin it on Nick, that still kind of works as a bit of a bonus to them. Now, they want to attack the left with it, but if they could pin it on Fuentes, Fuentes is kind of like outside.
And if it was Hassan, he would try to act like he wouldn't want to be somebody's prison bitch. But so long as they got a Gucci bag, he'd take it. He'd take that dick so hard, man.
Side of the whole MAGA circle. So it'd be nice to sync him on it. So they might have some incentive to like angle it that way, but I don't know if they would or not. I don't know if I've ever heard any mainstream conservative even mention groipers or Fuentes or anything. So I don't think they would, but yeah, I don't.
Yeah, so Destiny actually thinks that now it's Trump voters, it's Trump supporters who are trying to characterize the shooter as a groiper. I give up. I don't even know what to say to that. It's just too retarded. But Jimmy Kimmel is the one with the most novel theory of all. The shooter's not a groiper. The shooter's not a leftist fighting for his trans boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever. The shooter is a Trump supporter.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it.
The shooter hates Charlie Kirk so much because Charlie Kirk is a Trump supporter, and the shooter is just so dumb because, you know, Trump supporters are just super dumb. Now, this is breaking news. There's a group in Salt Lake City called Armed Queers, SLC. They are currently being investigated by the FBI.
Reports have suggested that the FBI is investigating a broad
How can I
groups that may have had some knowledge.
How do I get rid of that?
Can you give us any
How do I let the thing go through?
Potential accomplices, folks who may have known about the shooter's plans, folks who may have encouraged him. Any update on any of that?
So in terms of what we do for an interrogation perspective, we go and reach out to the family and community immediately, and we've conducted those investigations and interrogations with local law enforcement, and we're continuing to do that because those closest to the suspect.
How do I get rid of the fucking thing on my phone? Do I gotta do it from this?
His beliefs and his ideology. On top of that, unfortunately, it has been.
No, he wasn't. Okay, yeah. No, dark. No, he wasn't. Let me put it this way. This is exactly. Let me recreate you exactly, Hassan. Oh God. Oh man, that was so bad. Oh, that's so. Yeah, he's definitely dead. Oh. That's not him being scared or shocked. The 2 hours of that afterwards is him literally justifying Charlie's death. No, bro, he was not scared or shocked, and he's the exact reason why Charlie was killed. Because he's over here telling people that, you know, you gotta kill these, you know, the conservatives. You gotta gut them, have their intestines and blood spill into the streets. And if you do not think I'm telling the truth, let me show you his clip. Like, 1,000%, dude. This motherfucker, 100%, said this. Like, legitimately, he literally did the whole, like, oh gosh, it's so bad. He did it exactly like that, and then for 2 hours proceeded to be like, well, you know, when you say these types of things. Really, Hassan? Over here brandishing a gun at your fucking chat, telling people that they should kill Senator Rick Scott if they actually are against, you know, the Medicaid fraud? Are you fucking kidding me, Twitch? How do you not ban him? Permanently, not just a day ban on his day off. Dude needs to be perma-banned. Let me see. I do believe it's in this one here.
We should kill them.
That's great as soon as I fucking open that. Oh no, that was not what I wanted that to say. Nox, don't say that as soon as I open up the fucking video. Oh, there's gotta be more. There was more context to that chat. I swear that I did not mean for that to open up right on those words. Oh my gosh. So bad.
Literally both sides are the problem here. Except one side is more of the problem than others.
That was so bad. Let me see if I can try to fix this chat thing here.
Happened on Pierce Morgan, where I am the only person that's correct and everyone else is wrong. And more importantly, we're talking about how in the wake of Charlie Kirk's horrible...
Why is it not even showing me mod actions?
The left decided, yeah, we are actually all for assassination culture. Actually, we do want to kill all of you, rape your children, and leave you castrated and alone. They basically were kind enough to all say that with their chest puffed out. So, as a big fan...
Okay, that's weird. I can't adjust that there, Voodoo. It's so dumb that it did that to you, bro. I'm sorry that it did it to you. I'll have to fix the AI mod thing on that.
Streamers out there, this is a video he just made 2 days ago. Don't apologize for Charlie Kirk's death. Not sad, it's a trick. I feel like we don't even really need to dive too deep into what's going on here. Like literally, what the fuck are you doing, you evil, vindictive gremlin of
Now,
a man? Holy
so yeah, by the way, Dark, the reason why I'm showing this one, he will show the other part of that with the Hassan part. Dude, if I was part of Twitch staff, I wouldn't hesitate to ban Hassan, and I bet you, Clancy, will be like, oh, why you banned him? I would say, are you really asking me that question right now? And you would be fired instantly. And then he'd be like, Hassan, do you need your dick sucked?
No, if I was your son,
that was literally Clancy in a nutshell.
Far-right Nazi as well. So I'm starting to really understand.
He like, let me suck your dick while I watch a bunch of these girls that are clearly fucking, you know, barely 18 or under on Twitch here in their bikinis. That's literally Dan Clancy.
This is insane. Like, this is
like, I cannot wait for Dan Saltzman and his lawyers to take down Twitch.
Actually insane. People are actually realizing
like,
how
fuck Twitch, dude.
Shoe on head, someone who used to be a leftist and is now currently homeless, because how could you possibly be on the fucking left when you have retards like this out there? Destiny does more.
Okay, we're getting closer to this part. Let me zoom. I had to go through it.
Elon Musk is saying Destiny needs to go to jail, and to be clear, it's not just Destiny.
Here we go.
Calling Jeff Bezos, the CEO of Twitch, because this is a tweet from Hassan.
Yes.
Back in the day when Hassan made a tweet, this was Tom Cotton saying that I really hate that there are Palestine protests in the city destroying our fucking streets and vandalizing our property. And Hassan's response was to tweet out the schematics for the homemade shotgun that murdered Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe.
Which, by the way, Japan feels that Charlie Kirk's assassination is a very much a spiritual style of it, the same way that Shinzo Abe died.
He tweets out the schematics to the shotgun, basically saying, kill this man, on Twitter to all of his followers and all of his people. I personally think Elon should ban him on X. I don't know why he hasn't yet. He's literally using X to promote terrorism. But again, no one is surprised here. So, paging Jeff Bezos, Elon is looking into this. I actually made this.
Honestly, like I said, I don't feel bad for our friends that still stream. That's on them. If they want to keep streaming there, that's on them. Eventually, that platform will be going down, though. And I used to not be happy. I used to not want it to happen. But the problem is, though, is that, again, one, not enough people want to listen to, when I say boycott them and make them listen to the voices that we all have, especially for us little streamers and stuff like that, to actually band together so that maybe the bigger streamers start to listen to us more, and then they start adding to the boycott and so forth and so on. Then maybe something happens. But because nobody wants to help do all these things and help echo it out and help shout it out more, that's why at this time now, I no longer give a fuck if Twitch dies. I legitimately hope that platform sinks like the fucking Titanic at this point. You know, and again, like I said, Dark, I wish there was a way to fucking save the stuff from Piggy and everything else like that, because legitimately I do. But at the end of the day, though, I fucking cannot handle that platform anymore. It needs to be dissolved. Like, legitimately, like, unless people want to start listening to what I'm saying and you don't want to see Twitch truly go down the drain, then please echo my words. Boycott them, spread the news, because the more the advertisers and the more people drop the platform, the more Bezos will come in and then be like, clean it out, okay? And instead of just shutting it down. But if it keeps going the route that it's going to go, it's going to just get shut down. They're dropping a nuke on Twitch. 100%, man. 100%. But again, this is what I mean. People are not listening to me because, oh, Debbie's just a small streamer. He doesn't... Guys, I'm telling you, you vote with your voice and you boycott these motherfuckers and they will be forced to listen to you.
Tweet, which I pinned on my Twitter. I think it's important. I actually made this tweet basically because Elon Musk was into it, listing all the fucking shit that Hassan has done. You know, calling his audience to kill Senator Tom Cotton, Senator Rick Scott, landlords, fascists, Zionists.
Oh yeah, by the way, Dark, his own mother, by the way, Hassan, his own mother is a fucking landlord. So he was pretty much calling for her death as well, too.
You know, said someone's got to do it regarding Trump, supports Luigi Mangione, refuses to condemn the murder of 2 Israeli staffers in Washington, D.C., you know, stealthily justifies the assassination of Charlie Kirk, including support for all the terrorist groups that he supports. I made this really big fucking...
See what I mean right there? See how he says that? Stealthily supports the murder of him. That is not a false statement. In fact, let me just go back even another video here. Yep, right here.
Murder all the his reaction to Charlie Kirk getting assassinated, and he had all the worst opinions you could possibly have. Now, I could go through to show you his condemnation of the assassination, but I'm not actually going to show you that because he didn't condemn the assassination.
Nope.
He was live for 2 hours talking about it. He couldn't get...
When I take the subway here, which I frequently do, I have to be more alert more than ever. I won't fall asleep on the train anymore. Oh, bro, I bet. Dude, yeah, no, like, for real, Voodoo, I do want you to be safe, man. When you're on the trains and stuff like that, dude. Like, again, like, even if, like, we've all given each other shit, all this other stuff like that, right, guys? I never want to see any of you fucking dead, dude. I don't. I really don't. And I don't want to ever have to see a news headline or anything like that and then see your fucking face next to it because you've been murdered by some fucking lowlife piece of shit, okay? I really don't. So please, be safe. Wherever you're at, if you can open carry, open carry. If you can do anything that protects you in any fucking way, whether it be a knife, pepper spray, taser, gun, whatever it is, arm yourself, please. But do so responsibly and respectfully. Especially if you own a gun, do not just go brandishing that shit out in the public. I will beat the fuck out of you if I see you do that. Alright? Treat that shit with respect. Okay? But, like, literally, as Voodoo just said, like, when he takes the subway now, and Voodoo lives out in New York, all right? So, legitimately, one of the places where all of this is happening the most right now. So, yeah, I highly, highly hope, you know, for the fact that every day, you know, that people like Voodoo and all of them can actually make it day to day when they're going to their jobs, just going about their lives, because they're literally being put in dangerous situations just because of transportation.
That he was supposed to be having a debate with in 2 weeks. Over the last 2 days, Hassan did some unspeakably evil stuff. So, of course, I'm going to talk about all of it. I'm going to, of course, show you some of his coverage of the Charlie Kirk situation.
And again, Dark, as you know, I'll never just, you know, like, spout about something without trying to find the proof and evidence about it first. So that's why I'm trying to also scroll through, because I know he does a spot where he, like, seems to be watching it.
Gold responds, always the victim. Needless to say, I don't support political violence against anyone. I didn't even mention him in the video. This fucking retard. So again, the absolute degenerate projection of this fucking cock-gobbling whore. Unbelievable. Anyway, over the last couple of days, he has been, let's just say,
Free to own a gun doesn't mean you should play it like a toy. Exactly. Yeah, like a license gives you the right to drive the car on the road, not the sidewalk. The sidewalk, yeah, exact. 100% Dark. 100%. No, 1000%, man. You are correct on that. And that is exactly what I mean. Like when I went and I had my first gun, which was a hunting rifle, right? Not only did I try to treat that as if it was just an actual extension of my own arm, you try to respect the weapon, everything like that. Even after I had, you know, taken the life of my first deer, you know, I still afterwards was like, you know, treat it with respect, have like that mentality of like, okay, keep the gun like this, don't go, you know, boasting with it, so like that, because of course, you know, you see people all the time, they get their, you know, first deer or something like that, they're like, oh my gosh, shaking their gun in the air like they're a Tuscan Raider, and it's like, yeah, that's a bad thing to do, man, don't do that, you know, but, you know, keep your gun always pointed down at the ground, never point it towards anybody, you never point your gun at anything that you don't intend to shoot. So there's how Hassan had tried to come for Nux and failed miserably. Oh, dude, yeah, he did try to, and I'm hoping that Nux will sue him. Nux keeps talking about it.
But I'll play you the clip, and then you might change your mind.
Reputation you are laundering. Unless you personally think that this kind of reputation laundering is worthwhile because you don't actually fear this kind of attitude taking hold in society.
You're laundering Charlie Kirk's reputation. He
Yeah.
says to the media that
Yeah.
say he was a decent guy after he was assassinated.
I doubt they would give you the same reception. Fuck no. I would get no reception. I don't expect that. I don't care.
He definitely cares, but that's okay.
Yep.
They're shying away from saying he was even a controversial figure. And the reason,
in my opinion, he really wasn't that controversial of a figure.
He was very moderate.
Why they're doing that is because they're worried about the backlash from the right.
His son is full of a lot of bullshit. He is, man. He really
They
is.
should, after he dies, the media should all go and criticize his political views.
You see what I was saying there, Dark? This is what I mean, though. This was him right after the whole, like, oh gosh, man, oh.
And the media should say, well, he was a shitty guy with shitty views. What a shitty guy with shitty views.
But if this is his output, you obviously should be a little bit more careful in the way that you reflect upon this person's entire career, especially when you're talking about his political contributions.
I mean, I think he was amazing, personally. I think he was a great guy, and I think his views were pretty moderate, all in all. But that doesn't even fucking matter.
Do you understand? Because that is what his political contributions are. That doesn't mean he deserved to be shot and killed.
Oh, right.
That's what his political...
Doesn't mean he deserved to be shot. But he was a monster. How dare the media say that he was a guy when you should be calling him a Nazi fascist.
Contributions are. So if you turn around...
See how you say it, but that's what his contributions are, really?
And launder his reputation, you're basically saying, I like this political contribution. Or at the very least, I don't care that this is the political contribution that
What?
Why is he's so mad of open discussion? Bro,
He is.
Open conversation with people. He didn't call for violence.
No.
He didn't sit behind his little clips out of context. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you doing?
American Discourse.
American Discourse is having an open conversation. He just literally had an open conversation with people. You're laundering his reputation. How dare you say that he was a decent person? You should be
Yeah,
mad the moment after he gets assassinated.
It is a normalization of some of the most heinous.
How could you normalize a guy with like very basic moderate?
In his chat, by the way, everybody is going off like crazy too. Like saying some heinous shit in it.
Fascist forms of thought.
See?
Racist, fascist.
You keep saying the words fascist, racist, Nazi, all these things.
Hassan Piker's a fucking freak. He really is. And he supports all the fucking terrorists out there. Now, you, in my opinion, support all the dangerous forms of thought. In my opinion. What are we fucking talking about? Who's a regular guy? Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk is a regular guy with basic conservative values. His conservative values, in my opinion, are incredibly basic. They really are. They, without a doubt, abso-fucking-lutely are basic conservative values. And whether you like it or not, that's just what it is. Hassan does love political violence, which is true. He supports terrorists. Like, you don't understand. Well, we're not even dealing with the same conversation here. Charlie Kirk is like abort.
Killing for the sake of belief is actually let's see here. Killing for the sake of belief is actually worse than killing for money because money has a value that is common to all people, but the value of belief is limited to the individual. From Legend of the Galactic. That's actually a good fucking line. I gotta say, that's a good line. And it's true. Really, it really is. Let me see here. There was a... I want to say it's this one here.
With grief and anger at the heinous assassination of Charlie Kirk on a college campus in Utah. Charlie inspired millions, and tonight all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America. He fought for liberty, democracy, justice, and the American people. Charlie was also a man of deep, deep faith. And we take comfort in the knowledge that he is now at peace with God in heaven.
Trying to find the Hassan parts.
With his wife, Erica, the two young, beloved children, and his entire family who he loved more than anything in the world. We ask God to watch over them in this terrible hour of heartache and pain.
As most of you have already probably heard, Charlie Kirk was assassinated at one of his events. I first saw it happen online, obviously, and I literally couldn't do anything else for the next 3 hours, just refreshing the page every 2 seconds for 3 hours until eventually the news came in that he passed away. Bro was a 31-year-old man who fought for America, who fought for God, and who is currently with the best of our ancestors. He was politically assassinated, and this is war. It's a nightmare situation. It's the worst. It's a nightmare. It really is a nightmare. Like these people. Because he would have these conversations.
Okay, I'm trying to find the
Charlie
video.
Kirk was assassinated, and everything is worse.
I'm trying to find the video that has
over the last couple hours.
Hassan in
Made
it.
a couple of tweets, and I think it's really important to talk about a really specific.
It's not that one.
Breaking news: the FBI released photos of a person of interest in Charlie Kirk's murder. If you recognize,
Yeah, no, dude, he's 31, 2 children, and he left his widowed wife too. Sadly enough. So it's so fucking sad to see that. And you got this fucking freak right here. More fucking freaks. We're looking for the specific freak that is Hassan. Where are you, Hassan? Okay, I was trying to see maybe it was all the way to the back of it or something.
They are. They, without a doubt.
Let me just do this.
Charlie Kirk just got shot at UVU, unconfirmed, but it looks like what just happened. Okay, first of all, you literally are a New York Times photojournalist. Please don't do this, okay? This doesn't mean Charlie Kirk got shot, okay? This just means shots fired at the Charlie Kirk UVU event.
Are you
That's
fucking
a
kidding me?
Crazy leap. We don't know what happened. Please.
We don't know what happened? We don't know what happened? You see what I mean, Dark? You see what I mean?
Look at his page. Kirk was shot. That's, I'm pretty sure. I mean, none of them are of people saying stop.
He's laughing about this shit, right?
Just minutes before. No. on? Okay, there's a live stream.
There you go. Now watch him. Watch him here.
Did this live stream show the shots being fired? What? Bro, what will it take for you to believe? Wait, first of all, these two things are at odds with one another. It's my job to make sure that I get this breaking news story correctly. That's number
It's
one.
his job. He's actually a journalist. You're not a journalist, you fucking moron. You're a fucking streamer.
Supporting terror. Say that one more time real quick. We also don't condone Hamas. We think that genocide people have a right to live. And that's kind of back. Get closer.
Shot to be an incredible amount 9-10 minutes ago at
Say that one more time real quick. We also don't
way.
Before we had a flag and we
That's such a shitty video. How could you even see it?
Dude. Deseret is reporting he was shot. Okay.
Until he's a cokehead. I don't know if he's a cokehead.
Utah event. Charlie Kirk. This is a breaking news.
He doesn't rub his nose enough like that. Like that, you know what I mean? Like, he ain't doing shit like that. Yes, dude, did we get this? You're a fucking retard.
Deseret playing around, or did he said Charlie Kirk? Wait, all right. Oh my God, holy. Oh.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's just like that is not an actual shocked and scared thing. I'm sorry, but that's not shocked and scared. Yeah. No,
you hear a shot, you hear the crack of a shot, and then you hear his head just crack back.
Oh, you hear that? I don't think you hear that.
I think.
Why are you describing it like that?
People are saying is correct.
I think.
Might have been shot in the neck. Oh my God. Holy. What? But I don't know if it's the neck though, because
you see what I mean? Like how casually he's talking.
I see.
This isn't something like I was so fucking livid at this point. I was like, whoa, what? This is not somebody who's shocked and scared. This is somebody who plays into it. Okay. And this is him afterwards.
Commentator, not that you had anything to do with it in particular. Stay safe. Yes, no, I understand that. Yes, chatters. Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck. I watched it. I watched a video. It looks like it's just he gets shot. There's only one footage that we've seen. One.
Again, it's like there's no level of that seems like somebody who's like scared or shocked or anything like that. That is somebody who's literally just being a fucking demon, dude. That is all Hassan is a fucking demon. And then you have Nepal. This dude became an overnight sensation over there, with Nepal literally gaining its independence back for the people by getting rid of the communist regime that was left there. So it was like, what, 30,000 people in a Discord call that started it, and then 10,000 of them in here elected the new prime minister sitting for right now. So that's insane. The first prime minister to be elected over Discord, chat. That's huge. That's huge. Yeah, even Tectones was shooken by this shit. And then this fucking piece of shit, dude. I fucking cannot believe how far iDubbbz, the N-word guy, has fallen. Like I said, chat, it's fucking insane to see all this stuff that's been going on, guys. It really is. Like, I'm truly heartbroken at everything that has happened, guys. And again, as I said, it's made me really want to open up more about, about like my faith and stuff like that. So, something that I'd want to do right now is kind of just take a moment and I want to actually read an excerpt from the Bible. Y'all can pray or do whatever you need to with me in this regard. However, though, I'm just going to look up a good passage. Just need to find the good one for this. I'm going to Grok here. Log into my Grok account. That's what I usually use for Bible studies, Grok. Let's see here. Am I logged in, though? Yes, I am. Okay. So, alright, so we gotta go to... Alright, so, in this one, yo, Voodoo, appreciate the kicks there, brother. Appreciate that there. Thank you for all that. Thank you guys all, by the way, real quick, too. I just want to say a big shout out and thank you to everybody on Kick, Rumble, and YouTube that have came out and hung out with us tonight and spent this time with all of us. And then I also want to thank, everybody over on Kick specifically tonight who's dropped the love over there. Would be subs, the kick points, all that stuff like that, guys. Truly, thank you so much. And for everybody over on Rumble that has been sitting here and listening to all this as well, too. I appreciate all of you as well. You guys are amazing. I truly do appreciate all of you. And if you guys haven't already, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to hit the follow button or subscribe button, wherever you can. And continue to go on this journey with us, because a lot of things are going to be changing with the content and with where we're going to be going. So after I read this verse, I'm going to be talking a little bit about that. So we have Psalm 46 here is what it gave me. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore will not we fear, though the earth be removed, and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea. Though the waters thereof roar and be troubled, though the mountains shake with the swelling thereof. Salah, there is a river, the streams whereof shall make glad the city of God, the holy place of the tabernacles of the Most High. God is in the midst of her. She shall not be moved. God shall help her, and that right early. The heathen raged, the kingdoms were moved. He uttered his voice, the earth melted. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Selah. Come, behold the works of the Lord. With desolations he hath made in the earth. He maketh wars to cease unto the end of the earth. He breaketh the bow and cutteth the spear in sunder. He burneth the chariot in the fire. Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the heathen, and I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Selah. Oh, wait. I was like, wait a minute. Well, that looks like I went a little too far somehow. Oh, yes, that was the end of it. Okay, good. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Selah. And then it goes into Psalm 47. It was funny. It was weird because apparently when I turned it, went from 46 right to 50. I was like, whoa, how did I skip that many Psalms? That was weird. So I was a little confused there. But so, like I said, how I wanted to start bringing more of this into the streams and into the forefront of everything. Because again, at the end of the day, I think that this as we have seen, truly is an actual battle, though, for our actual fucking souls at this point. That we really do see the battle of good and evil really before us in a way that is truly, I'd honestly say, disgusting. I'm fucking tired of seeing the way the left will continuously, villainize the right and claim that they're the side of morality and virtue and all this other shit. And then when you look at them, you're like, how can you lie the way you are when you literally are murdering people the way you guys are, and then you're fucking literally boasting about it, celebrating about it. Again, like, I will say this, right? I want to leave off on this note, on this topic, this intro, and just know that we will be adding more of this type of stuff to to the content. And if whether or not people like it or not, I don't care. At the end of the day, this is something that I want to do as a respect to the man that inspired me to talk more about all this stuff. Because at the end of the day, to sit there and be like, oh, well, you're just about them. What's wrong with actually wanting to fucking actually, express our own faith? At the end of the day, I'm not trying to convert anybody. I not want any one of you to go and join or anything like that, unless you truly do feel like you want to do so. Because at the end of the day, only you can make that decision. And secondly, I don't think that it's right to try to go out and try to convert people when at the end of the day, you will either come to Jesus yourself or not. We live in a day and age where you don't need missionaries and all these other people to come to your house to teach you about Jesus. You live in a day and age that all you need is only ask and seek the answers. And if you are ignorant and arrogant enough to not do these things, that is on you. That is on no one else. So, but just remember these words from Sam Hyde.
This is you. This is your sister, your wife, your daughter. But this right here is you. This is your sister, your wife, your daughter. This is you. This is your sister, your wife, your daughter. But this is you. And this is their reaction when you are killed. This is the joy they feel when your sister is raped, when your children are castrated, brainwashed to hate you. This is their ecstasy when the floor of the subway car is awash in your blood. This is you. Make no mistake, that is a symbol, that is you. But this won't last long. They can't help themselves because they're so ugly and so low that the only joy they can experience, the only good that they can envision is to take something beautiful or innocent down to their level. And when they can't do it, the next best thing is blood. This is Charlie's family, and these are his children who will never be able to hug their dad and grow up with a murdered father. And these are the people who smugly revel in this, and they won't stop with just Charlie. The boats are burned. There's nobody coming to help. The barbarians are at the gate. This is the fall of ancient Rome that we are living through currently. And what happens in the next 2 weeks is going to determine the future of mankind.
I agree with that. And I don't believe that's hyperbole. I don't believe that is just a fucking hyperbolic statement in any way, because I truly believe that he is right. The next 2 weeks we will see the battle of the human soul truly take place, really in reality. And I just want to find one more verse here to leave everybody with. So Okay, so Ephesians 6. Corinthians. Ephesians 4. It's funny, I think that's actually the one that's on the back of my my one necklace I have. Let's see here. Yeah, it's Ephesians 6. It says 6:10, but I'm just gonna go and read all of 6. This is apparently the last of the Ephesians. Well, it's another one of those ones. So if I wanted to read this one for in the finding strength through Jesus when we are surrounded by the evil that we see ourselves in right now. So it says, "Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor thy father and mother, which is the first commandment with promise, that it may be well with thee, and thou mayest live long on the earth. And ye fathers, provoke not your children to wrath, but bring them up in nurture and admiration of the Lord. Servants, be obedient to them that are your masters according to the flesh, with fear and trembling and singleness of your heart, as unto Christ, not with your eye service as men pleasers, but as the servants of Christ, doing the will of God from the heart, with good will doing service as to the Lord and not to men, knowing that whatsoever good thing any man doeth, the same shall be received of the Lord, whether he be bond or free. And ye masters, do the same things unto them, forbearing, threatening, knowing that your masters also as in heaven, neither is there respect of persons with him. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, and that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in the high places. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand it in the evil day, and having done all to stand, stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. And for me, that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel, for which I am an ambassador in bonds, that therein I may speak boldly as I ought to speak. But that ye also may know my affairs and how I do. Tychus, a beloved brother and faithful minister in the Lord, shall make known to you all things, whom I have sent unto you for the same purpose, that ye might know our affairs, and have that he might comfort your hearts. Peace be to the brethren, and to the love with the faith from God and the Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. Grace be with all of them that love our Lord Jesus Christ in sincerity. Amen. So, I will leave it off on that one there, everyone. I again thank everybody for stopping through here today, guys. It has been an absolute pleasure, an absolute great time with everyone. I love you all, appreciate you all, and I will see you all tomorrow, guys. Have a good one.